Adi here with a new sequence for your upper back, shoulder and neck. Do you ever feel stiff in this area? If so, I've got a nice short sequence for you, easy and relaxed, that you can do at any time. Lie on your back and join me in this practice. Knees bent and feet flat on your mat. And let the eyes fall close as you settle here little by little. And see if you can shift into a state of relative stillness. Letting your arms and your legs relax. And sensing the contact between the low back and the floor, the mid back and your mat, and the upper back and its contact with the ground. Do a quick check-in with your shoulders, your neck, see how everything is feeling up here in the upper part of your back body. And hopefully we'll be able to make a contrast, comparing how we feel now to how we will feel at the end of the class. But for now, take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And do that again. Deeper breath in and out. One more time. In and out. And you can let the eyes reopen. Now just a soft movement with your neck. Turn your head to the right of your mat, looking over that shoulder. Then turn the head, look at the ceiling, and now turn it to look over the left of the mat. Turn your head back to center, and then to the right, and once again back to center, and to the left. Now back to center. Turn your head right and stay here for me. Now lift your right arm, only the right arm, up and over the shoulder and get it down to the floor. So you're literally looking at your right upper arm. Next time that you turn the head towards the ceiling, lift both arms up over the shoulders and switch them here in mid-air so that you're now lowering down your arms. You're looking left at the left upper arm. Breathing in, lift both arms, switch them up in the air, turn your head back to center. Breathing out, head right, releasing your arms. In, switch up arms, turn your head to the ceiling and then to the left, out, releasing the arms. Maybe you can do just a few switches by yourselves, moving your neck gently as well as your shoulders, but also seeing if we can make our brain a little bit more responsive with these movements. So a couple more times with these movements. All right, so now when you're looking at the ceiling, you've got your arms directly above your shoulders. Stop for a moment. Reach up through the fingers and feel how your shoulder blades, they lift off the floor. There's a little bit of muscular engagement. And then relax your shoulders, your arms. Let everything come back down to the ground. Set up for a bridge pose. So you want to have your feet as wide as the hips with your ankles beneath the knees. Now, pressing down with your feet, lift your spine off the floor. Maybe give a little squeeze here to your buttocks, strong legs. And then as you breathe out, lower everything back down to the floor. One more time. Breathing in, come up into a kind of a sloping bridge, isn't it? Breathing out, release your bridge. Now, as you breathe in and go up into your bridge, lift your arms up and over the shoulders from the front of the body until they get to the floor. And then when you breathe out, you can release your arms from the front of the body together with your torso. Everything comes back to the floor. And again, in, everything lifts up and off the floor apart from shoulders and neck. Can you feel a bit of pressure there? Out. Release your arms. Feel that pressure, release your spine, your hips, your pelvis back to the floor. Again, in, we're just getting a little massage here in the back of the shoulders, some pressure in the neck, out. One more time, in and out. Okay, I've got maybe a better self-massage technique, even better. If you take your hands to the back of the head and interlace your fingers here, and we'll combine it again with bridge pose. So press your feet quite firmly down into the mat, lift your spine and keep your hands where they are. Now, a slow movement to come back to the floor, and at the same time lift your head chin to chest and feel that rolling sensation across your shoulders, across the upper back. Then put the head down at once, breathing in, come up into a little bridge. Breathing out, lower down your torso, but lift your head off the floor and feel what you feel in your upper back. Head down, up in the bridge. A little bit of that self-massage as you come back to the floor. Okay, maybe a couple more times by yourselves. In and out. Getting rid of tension in the upper back in a gentle way. One more time. Lovely. Okay. Release your arms and gently turn your head side to side. Unwind your neck. And then from here, roll off towards one side and come out of the position. And we're going to move into a high kneeling. Feel free to have a blanket under your knees for some extra padding. So we will move our arms and loosen up the shoulder muscles. Lift your arms up from the front of your body. That's your breath in. Then from here, send the hips back, your chest forward and open your arms. Turn the palms of the hands face up. As you sit down on your shins, the belly gets to your thighs. Clasp one wrist and release your head either a little bit closer to the floor or all the way down if you wish. But now lift your head and straight away stand up on the knees. Send the hips forward, big circle with your arms. And then breathing out. Press the arms back, opening through the front of your shoulders and lowering back down. One more time. In, stand up on the knees. And out. Some internal and external rotation for your shoulders in a subtle way. In again. Stand up on the knees. And out again. Back to the floor. And maybe one more time. This time, send the hips back, but don't sit down. Make your arms look like a cactus and pull the elbows back. Can you feel a little something in your shoulders? Then wave your body and your spine all the way back up towards the ceiling and back into that variation of a child's pose. We'll do this again. So lift your head, send the hips forward, raise your arms, bend your arms, hinge forward from your hips. It's like a baby chair pose, isn't it? Wave your spine up towards the ceiling, unfurl the arms, and come back to that child's pose to do the last one. In, high kneeling, and out. Baby chair pose with a bit of a shoulder movement. In, stand up on the knees, and out. Back to the floor. Okay, and then walk your hands out and forward. Have them beneath your shoulders. Have your knees beneath the hips. Long neck, look forwards. Then tuck the pelvis and the tailbone under, round here through your lower back. Sit down on your shins and fold forward. Lift your head, look forwards, and slip the chest forward through your arms. And then let's repeat it as we breathe out, round through your lower back and fold forward. Couple more times just to stretch the lower back area, but can you feel you stretching a little bit the back of your shoulders too? Couple more times with breath, in and out. And then from here, walk your hands back towards your knees. Tuck all 10 toes right underneath you. Lift your knees off the floor. Squat straight away. Lower your head. Lift your hips. Lower your heels, but keep your legs quite soft and bent. Let's do an uncurling of the spine to standing. So let your arms dangle from your shoulders as you bend your knees, lengthen the tailbone and unfurl your spine until you're now standing on your feet in what in yoga we call Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, so now from here, look at your feet, turn the left foot just a few degrees outwards and step forward with your right foot. Test your lunge, hands on the hips, bend the front leg. Do you feel like you want to go a little wider? If so, bend the front leg more by sending your foot maybe half an inch, 1 inch farther forward. Hips are facing the front of the mat. The back leg will stay nice and straight. We'll go in and out of this with something for your neck and shoulders. So straighten up the front leg and prepare with me. Breathing in, lift your arms from the front of your body. Get ready. Breathing out, bend into the front leg and cactus your arms, pulling the elbows back. Now, take a nice big breath in, opening your chest. As you breathe out, straighten up the front leg, cross any forearm over the other, touch your shoulders and drop the chin towards the center of the chest. Then we'll do this again. Lift your head, look forwards, bend the front leg deeply, pull the elbows back into a cactus. Straighten up the front leg and chin to chest as you touch your shoulders. One more time. In and out. In and out. Little stretch for your neck. Let's go back to that variation of warrior one, this one. Stay here. As you breathe out, bring your hands to your hips, palms up, then make some fists. Pull the elbows back more, puff up your chest. Now feel your shoulders. Pretend that there's a wall here in front of you with your hands. Push it away, shoulder blades apart. Breathing in, pull your fists and your elbows and your shoulders back. Breathing out, strong leg, push your hands against your imaginary wall. One more time, in and out, push, push, push. And then let everything relax. And are you able to step your right foot back into Tadasana, the back of the mat? Okay, second side. Turn the right toes out, step forward with your left foot. Test your lunge first. You know, we would like to have ideally the knee over the ankle when we do this. When you're ready, with the next breath in, lift your arms overhead. With the next breath out, bend into the front leg, cactus your arms, strong back leg. Take a big breath in, up here into the chest. And then when you breathe out, straighten up the front leg, cross any forearm over the other, touch your shoulders, chin to chest. Lift your head, open your arms, lunge forward, in and out. Chin to chest. There's a nice little stretch in the back of your neck. One more. In, out. Back into your warrior one variation. And as you breathe out, let's make those fists near our hips. Pull the elbows back more. And breathing out, push against your imaginary wall, shoulder blades apart. In, open up through the front of the body, and out. Feel the movement of your shoulders. One more. In and out. Let that go. And step the left foot back, even if you lose the balance. Then ground yourself through your feet and notice how you're doing. Maybe your heartbeat is a tiny little faster after this variation of Warrior One. Okay, now just a little shoulder stretch here, lifting your arms overhead, interlacing the fingers, turning the palms away, lengthen through the sides of the body, like when you wake up in the morning. And then let that go. Hinge forwards from your hips, bend your legs. Drop the head and maybe sway a little bit side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side. And then let your head bob up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then from here, lower your knees all the way down to the floor. Good. Do you fancy a little down dog? Let's do it for a few breaths. Lift the hips, pull them back. Take a nice big breath in and a long breath out. You can bend your legs as much as you like. Good job. And then knees onto the mat. Yeah. And tuck your toes. Step forward with your hands like, a cat. And make sure you still have your hips over the knees. And then lower your head, but avoid bending your arms at all. Maybe your head will touch the floor, your forehead, your nose. Take a breath or two here in puppy dog, allowing the center of your chest to sink towards the floor. Noticing the stretch in the front of your shoulders. Let the head bob up. Lie on the front of your body. Let's do a few little movements in Cobra for your upper back and your neck. So if you set up with your feet as wide as the hips and your hands next to your shoulders, this is a variation of the Cobra. So you can start with your forehead on the floor. And as you breathe in, energize your legs a little bit. Lift your head, shoulders away from your earlobes. As you breathe out, instead of looking forwards, stay in the pose, but look at your mat, lengthening through the back of the neck. Then as you breathe in, look forwards again. And as you breathe out, turn your head to the right and lower it down. In, turn the head to center and look forwards back in Cobra. Stay in the Cobra. Out, look at the mat, chin towards your chest. In, look forwards again. Out, turn the head to the left of the mat. One more time. In, look forwards, Cobra. Out, stay in Cobra but look at your mat. In, look forwards, and out. Stay here, but lower down. One more time. In, look forwards, out, look at the mat. In, look forwards, and out. Turn your head to the left. One more time. In, look forwards, out, look at the mat. In, strong legs and buttocks, and out, look right. In, forwards, out, mat. In, forwards, out, look left. In, look forwards, And out, let everything release. Now, stretch the front of your shoulders by stretching your right arm off to one side, like a half letter T. Bend the left leg with your left hand. Help yourself turning your body towards this straight arm. Do it gently, do it slowly until your left foot touches the ground. And we don't have to stay here for too long because it's quite effective. The more you want to turn the belly out and up towards the ceiling, the more you will feel in the shoulder. So please calibrate sensations and the intensity of this stretch. Lovely. And then we'll switch. So come out of it. This is the scorpion shoulder stretch. So left arm out, a really good one. Right hand here, bend your right leg. A little bit of rolling off toward the arm. Find the ground with your right foot. Take a couple more breaths. And release when you're ready. Lovely. And then come out. And from here, so we just targeted the front of the shoulder, the anterior part. Let's target the posterior part with thread the needle pose, which in yoga is done from all fours. When you work in all fours and you don't like the contact between the kneecaps and the mat, yeah, you can use some extra padding like a blanket, a folded blanket, or a cushion. So now from here, if you bend your right arm forward this odd way to make space for your left arm, turn the left hand face up, thread this needle through that gap, left shoulder in line with left hip. You're gonna literally release your body weight onto the left shoulder and you're resting on your left temple. You could walk with your right fingertips a little farther forward or completely until your right arm is straight. Then press down with the bottom arm. Try to twist more to your right. Take another breath. We don't have to stay here for too long to feel it. All right, step back with your right hand, come out, and as you unfurl the left arm, lift it up towards the ceiling. Then release and let's do the second side. Bend the left arm the odd way, your right hand goes under, stretch, lower down, rest on your right temple, step forward with the left hand as much as you want, maybe to a straight arm, press down with your bottom arm. You want to turn your chest a little bit more to the right. Sorry, not to the left, I meant. Take another breath. Then step back, left hand. Free yourself, your right arm lifted up. And let everything relax. Okay, we're nearly done. So if you lie on your back, tuck the knees into your chest. Let's do just a little quick twist and then we'll let you rest. So from here, take the legs to the left of your mat, hold on to them, and stretch your right arm out to one side. You can experiment by taking your arm maybe more toward the diagonal line or near your head. Good job. Okay, let's switch. Legs and feet to the right, unfurling your left arm. So you could stay here, holding on to your legs. You could explore a different movement with this arm. For example, for me here, if I do the diagonal, I feel slightly more in the front of my shoulder. So why not here? The pectoral muscles are stretching for me. Or maybe for you, you feel a little bit more with the arm near your head, or maybe you prefer the classic shape. Play with that a little bit. Just a couple more breaths. All right, all done. Let that go. And Your final resting pose could be as you wish. I'm going to suggest Shavasana, corpse pose, but you can settle in another shape if you like. And adjust the position of your shoulders that they feel nice and comfortable. Your arms are next to you. Your legs are relaxing already. Your whole body is settling here, sensing the ground and so relaxing with each and every breath. And how would it feel like to relax your shoulders more? You can stay here for as long as you like, or you can finish with me. I'm going to come out, but if you prefer to stay here, please do. And if you've come out of the position because maybe you've got something else to do and you're finishing with me, meet me in a seated position, cross-legged or kneeling or something else that you want to do. Lift the shoulders up towards the ears and then drop them down and sense how the upper back is feeling now, and the neck and your shoulders. And hopefully you can feel a little bit different compared to the beginning of the class. Let's finish. Hands in prayer. Circle your arms out and up. Draw a line down to the center of the chest. And thank you very much for practicing with me. See you soon.